Hey everybody, welcome to day 24, the absolute final day of Brewers Advent Calendar.
Yay, Merry Christmas.
Done. Happy Christmas Eve.
Yep.
Santa's coming tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't even look and see what the beer was.
Oh, that's so funny.
Let's go blind.
Let's go blind. Last night we're going totally blind. We have no clue what this beer is.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
That's funny, I didn't even realize that you hadn't looked at it.
Well, yeah.
I was in the middle of trying to edit last night's video still.
1543. Oh, Fest Martzen. Fest, what we've learned, is an Oktoberfest, and this is a Martzen. So, hopefully, well, I won't even speculate. Let's just open this bad web. So it's, I don't know what this Tien, I don't even know how to pronounce that. You want to go for it?
Tischnascher?
Tischnascher? 1543, so maybe this is a recipe from 1543.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing if it was. Oh, it is definitely...
It's light.
Got a little red hue to it, though.
Yeah.
And someone usually doesn't drink all their beer.
Yeah, I usually don't drink all my beer.
It smells very malty.
Yeah. This is like, there's an earthy smell to it.
I'm getting a sweet...
Mm-hmm.
Not honey.
Yeah, there's something sweet.
Yeah, but I can't pick up on what it is. Oh, it's malt. Sweet malt. That's a safe answer. Yeah, but the color is definitely...
It's nice.
It's definitely like a richer honey. Mm-hmm. Not a golden honey, like a brown honey color.
Yeah.
So that's great. It's unfiltered.
Mm-hmm. Definitely
some particles floating in it.
Yeah.
Some yeasties and things. To increase the mouthfeel. So let's go ahead. Cheers. Or Prost.
I like it.
It's very light, but it's definitely richer than the Hellas we've been having.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not much of a hops aroma.
No.
It's just smooth.
It's really smooth. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah. Really good. Martzen.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I wish this was our first second?
Second Martzen.
Second Martzen?
Because remember,
well, remember there was a Martzen that was given to us, that was supposed to be given to us, that it was not.
We didn't get. Maybe we didn't have a Martzen. I thought we did in one of those.
Maybe we did in one of the other.
I doubt we need to rifle through all 24 cans right now.
We don't. It's very good. Mm-hmm. Hope you guys laugh at
oh my gosh.
Yesterday's.
Yes. We had so much fun laughing.
Yeah.
And we were completely sober.
Yeah. We really were.
But you know what? We enjoy laughing. So
yeah.
That's the great part about it.
So.
Well, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, supporting, liking, sharing, subscribing, all of the stuff. We've had a blast doing this. This is our first time again doing videos together. I've been doing videos for years. Tom has joined me now.
For weeks.
And I'm glad we stayed dedicated to doing this every single night, no matter how late it was, no matter how we felt.
Have you had any haters respond?
No, we've had we have no haters.
No
people that are like, you stupid idiot, non-knowledgeable beer people. None of that. So thank you. Thank you that you haven't.
I would have been funny. I would have laughed at them.
I would have laughed too.
There's too many people out there that are just making fun of people, and it's just like...
I don't take those things seriously. But yeah, this has been really fun and really great. And it's got our brains thinking for future things.
Yep.
Things that we can do together on the channel to grow the channel. And
maybe things I can do by myself.
wow, look at Tom trying to come on be a YouTube star.
Well, you don't like
whiskey.
whiskey.
Are you gonna TikTok dance?
No.
Come on.
I'll TikTok drink.
Okay.
I'll TikTok drink.
I do like whiskey. I can't pull out nuances in whiskey. Whiskey's just whiskey to me. I'm sure there's good whiskey and there's bad whiskey, and I'm sure if
I just don't understand this because women have better sense
so
of
weird
smell.
when it comes to this
They're
stuff.
supposed to have a better sense of taste.
Yeah.
And I bring all these different coffees in, and she goes, "Yeah, it tastes like coffee." And then I have like this
totally
garbage
does.
coffee, and she's like, "Man, it just tastes like coffee." I was like, "That's horrible tasting." Oh, it just tastes like coffee. And then I'll bring this amazing coffee in, an expensive coffee. Like we just went through a bag of Kona, and she goes, "Yeah, it tastes like coffee." It's like, man.
We had a friend though.
I should just give her Folgers every morning.
Oh no, see that is bad coffee. I know when it's bad coffee versus just coffee. Like to me, what we have is just coffee. But then there's
Budweiser
like bad
and
coffee.
Coors are the Folgers of the
Sure,
beer
there's
industry.
bad beer. I agree with you. There's bad beer and then there's beer. You know, it's like to me, it's levels.
What's the green can of coffee? U-Ban?
Oh yeah, well that's bad coffee.
That's
too.
even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, Folgers is like the top tier of the garbage.
Sure.
Like if you gotta drink any of it, go with Folgers.
I don't know. Instant coffee, I think, would be worse than Folgers. Like that's truly garbage coffee to me, because there's no like coffee. Like it's just like
No, it's coffee.
It's just there for the taste. You're not getting any coffee. Like
no, there's still caffeine in
I'm
it.
sure there's caffeine, but we drink rocket fuel coffee. So to me, it's like that does nothing if somebody gives me instant coffee.
Well, you know, we brew our coffee steep, so pretty hearty, heavy.
Yeah.
I remember somebody.
And that's why it's just coffee.
We were living with somebody who was like, "Oh, your coffee's just too much for me to handle," and I was like, "Well, have water.
Yeah.
You just add less water per ground, so just add a little bit more hot water to it and thin it out."
I will also say, like, this is obviously why my tasting notes are not wonderful. Like, I know when it's a garbage
Dirty
wine.
gym socks.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
No. I know when it's a garbage wine versus like that's a good wine. Like that tastes great. But I don't know how to like. I'm still learning how to pick out those like flavors. Even when I just smell it and it's like it smells like grass. But it's not grass, it's earth notes, you know, those type of things. I think that's what I'm learning still. So if like there was a whiskey, I'm getting the like punch in the face of the alcohol, but I'm sure there's like a nuance in it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, you know,
It's
I
just
worked
coffee.
at a winery. I don't want to mention Testarosa's name. I worked with them for a while in the tasting room. So you learn, you get to talk with the wine maker, and you know, I got invited in to do the. They were actually like sampling like different versions of wine that they were making before they were blending the full batch.
Sure.
So they had kind of like pre-made some bottles and said, well, we could go with this one or this one or this one or that one. And so we had to taste like different variations of what they were going to make based on how many different barrels they were going to blend to make. And oh man, there was like 30 wines that we had to go through and taste. And you know, usually when I go wine tasting, I'm not spitting out the wine. But I knew that day, you spit out your wine because you're getting, you know, a couple ounces. You're going back and forth between, you probably have like 3 or 4 wines sitting in front of you, and you just had to rate them to see which one was better tasting. And then they were able to, they already had the numbers set out. Like if you choose this one, we would make this much wine. If you choose this one, we'd be able to make this much wine. And you're sitting there with people in high positions within the winery, like Mr. and Mrs. I don't want to say their names, Jensen. The winemaker, people who are very much wine
connoisseurs and
Yeah, they had people
They had
there.
wine knowledge.
Yeah, they had a somm there, and we're just getting around talking about the wine. And well, Tom, what did you think? And you're kind of afraid to say which one you really liked and why, because you're like, does my opinion really count at this table?
Yeah.
In the end, I realized they were just looking for, what do you say about it? Why you say about it? And there was one of the wines that me and a senior wine tasting room associate, the two of us saw eye to eye, and we're like, that's the one you want to make. Everyone else chose this other wine. And Rob, the owner, said, why did you guys choose that one? And we said, well, it's kind of more on par with what you've been making, and we're choosing the wine to be the next vintage for that wine. This just seems to be very easy, drinkable, kind of matches that.
Sure.
And everyone else, and the owner just looked at us and goes, okay, we'll go with that one.
Yeah.
And he went with us, and it was just like, we're countering him, his wife, the winemaker. And I was like, wow, they really did value our opinions.
Sure.
You know,
Well, you guys are the ones also serving it every day to people and getting their opinions and their feedback and that kind of stuff. So that's great that they were humble enough to take on somebody else's opinion of their wine, of their company. That's great. That's awesome.
And it was one of their wines that was their mid-range wine. That was kind of like, that's their, how do I say it? They had different tiers. They had like the screw cap top, they had the entry level middle wine, and then they went into their single vineyard wines, and then they had like their specialty, like top tier stuff, their Jensen's Reserves. And so it was the first tier up from the screw cap. So it wasn't like their major, like this is our prestigious wine. We were going like this
wasn't reserve. It wasn't.
No, this is the one that like everybody drinks on the daily basis.
Yeah.
It's kind of like their anchor wine. And you know, everyone who goes into the vineyard or winery and would go tasting, they would all get that wine first.
Yeah.
Kind of like with their rock.
Yeah.
Or the foundation for, okay, and then you move up from there.
Yeah.
So for him to actually listen to me and our coworker, it was like, oh wow. Now I will say, my coworker was the one who was able to articulate it, and I just was in agreement with him. And I don't want to say, oh, hey, listen to me. You know, no. The coworker was the one who actually was able to articulate it. I just was in agreement with him to like, yeah, that's why we chose that one.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got 30 tastes to do.
Yeah.
It's not just one taste, you're going back and forth. I mean, we had like a bucket.
Sure.
That was like a gallon that was like filled up by the end. That was a couple of those. Your mouth is raw. You could just, from all the tannins and everything, because the wines hadn't been aged yet, they just came out of their fermentation in like the first year of setting in their barrels, and they're getting ready to bring that vintage out. So it was like, it was definitely hard on the palate.
Sure.
I walked away from it going, yeah, I don't need to do that again.
Yeah, it's amazing to see like what a sommelier would do. And I watched a competition the other day of these sommeliers from around the world, and they were in Europe doing a taste, and they were doing a blind tasting, and they had to say, like, you know, of course, what region of the world it's from, what grapes they're using, you know.
Oh, it's insane.
Oh my gosh, the things that these people pull out of that. And they're like, oh yeah, it's from this so-and-so region in the corner of, you know, France and this region, or it's from Australia and this place, you know, like they can pull that out of what they're tasting. And then they're what grape or what blend of the grapes it is. Oh my gosh. I used to think like, oh, it'd be so cool if we were to go get like even just level 1 of the W set, like to try to gain more knowledge so that we had more to talk about. We love wine. We can maybe do a wine podcast or a wine thing like that. But, oh my gosh, even just what you do to go through WSET 1.
I was actually told by somebody.
Ton of work.
They said, they said you could pass the one.
Yeah.
But people would ask me, well, why don't you go do it? Why don't you do it? And I was just like, I'm not interested in learning about all the wines of the world. I was more interested in the wines that I enjoy.
Sure.
And I didn't want to.
And that's why I thought like the first version of it would be nice, because it just opens you up to a little bit more knowledge.
Right.
You know, that would be great. But I don't know.
The guy who was our song at the time, yeah, he just knew a lot about wine, and he was in the wine industry, and he knew somebody who administered tests for getting their song license. And so he got a phone call. It's like, hey, we got an open spot tomorrow. Why don't you come and take the test? And he's like, well, I didn't even study. He goes, oh, don't worry about it. You know enough. You could pass it. He just walked in, took the test, and passed without studying. And then same thing happened with number 2. Like, he didn't even have to study for it. He just was able to go in and take the test.
That's incredible.
And like, he was a level 2 song.
Yeah.
That was preparing for a level 3. Once you get into level 3, that's when you start going really crazy. And I've heard level 4 is just absolutely absurd, and it's also a political
arena.
Yeah. You got to know somebody, and they have to like you, and it's just, you know, the politics and stuff like that. It's not just simple, take the test and you're a level 4. You have to be accepted into their circle.
There's a girl that I follow on Instagram, and she's going through her number 3 right now. Yeah. And just, I mean, she talks about the studying and everything that she's having to learn, and she's just like, I so hope that I pass this. It's just the knowledge you have to keep and be able to pull. And she's been in the industry for years now. Right. And working in many different places in Napa and Sonoma. And so it's just, it's so interesting. It's a different level of thing. You can actually do the same type of thing. I don't know what they would call it for a person with whiskey. But so she's going through her next step after she finishes what she's doing now, because she just got into like the whiskey market. And distilleries in like the Napa Valley region, and like working and doing marketing for them. Right. And so she's gonna go and do her first level for whiskey. And so I was like, oh, that's cool, you know. Right. That's great that, you know, that's her passion and that's what she wants to do. So
but that's also it's for her
work, and her blog, podcast, all that, Instagram. Like, she has it as her own full like side business. Right. Yeah. I'd rather just we just want to enjoy.
Fumble through this and have fun and laugh at it, and just not take it too seriously.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
But this has been great. This has been a ton of fun.
So going back to like day 6 or 7 when we were talking about dirty diapers.
Oh yeah, I think it was day 2.
Whatever.
Or 3 something.
That is actually one of the things when you go through Psalm, they talk about garden hose, diaper. I don't think dirty diapers.
No.
It's diaper. The diaper smell, things like that. Rubber hose.
Yeah. Well, guys, this has been awesome and wonderful, and we just absolutely thank you guys so much. We've had a ton of fun.
We talked more about wine tonight than
we did. We talked way more about wine than we did beer. So I really do truly think that something with wine is gonna come down the pipeline at some point. So we just like it too much. So
not every day.
Not every day. Okay, yes. So after we're done with whatever we're gonna do next, we are definitely gonna do a dry month, because I've never had alcohol in my body every single day for a month straight.
Yeah, but it's not even a glass.
I know, but just any type of alcohol.
It's still not good.
It's just like good to rid your body of that. So
yeah, definitely.
This was just fun because it was the advent calendar. It also helped like get our channel going and my name out there a little bit more. If you guys haven't gone and watched Introducing the Abundant Bee on my YouTube channel, it is a video from about 2 years ago when I introduced what the Abundant Bee is and what I'm doing with my channel. If you aren't following me on Instagram or TikTok, you can go follow me on either one of those too, just to see some of the fun things that are going on. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Merry Christmas Eve.
Christmas. God bless.
And yes, we will
get it posted tonight.
Yes, and see you guys later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.